And finally, we come to the main event of the evening. And a lot of people have said, oh, Cornette, what do you think about that? Well, you can imagine what I thought about this. But again, this is just ridiculous. A ladder match for the TNT TV title. This long-running program settled in a ladder match between Sammy Guevara and Scorpio Sky. They've had one other match. And now last week it was made a ladder match, as we saw. And this is for the TV title. Sammy just won this thing, right?
I was going to say they've had more than one match. Yeah, because the title's gone back and forth a few times.
No, I thought they had the match where Sammy just won it. They have two matches?
Well, Sammy won it from Cody, Scorpio won it from Sammy, then Sammy won it back from Scorpio, so there's match 2, and now...
There's 2 matches.
This is match 3.
Well, regardless, ladder match, and guess how this thing started? You're never going to guess, Brian, in a million years how they started this match.
Collar and elbow tie-up?
Jump start on the floor. And Sammy's got his little girl bitch face with him. Good old Ty Conti. God, the facials that she's got is just amazingly heat-getting.
And just them embracing it, too. Them making out on the stage and everything.
And the anteater tongues and the whole thing. The people hate them. But now here's the thing. There's Dan Lambert in Scorpio Sky's corner, and all the stuff that Sky and Paige and Lambert have been doing for months to be heels, and suddenly that's eradicated in the twinkling of an eye, because anything is preferable to these 2 fucking juvenile delinquent street urchins that the people have come to despise. So they fought on the floor endlessly. And who is the baby face that I'm supposed to cheer for here? Who am I supposed to be rooting for in this match? There is none. So it's just watching. At first, they didn't have any ladders in the ring. That's why they didn't get in the ring. They didn't use the ring. They used the floor. Then finally, Scorpio runs and gets the ladder off the stage and whacks Sammy with it and puts it in the ring. And then Sammy German suplexes Scorpio Sky on the ramp and lays there and makes snow angels. He gets heat even with me. But finally, they get in the ring. And then they start fighting on the ladder. And they do one spot where Sammy climbs the ladder. The ladder is in obviously the wrong place. There's no way he can climb the ladder and snatch the belt. The ladder is too far over. It's not underneath the belt. But he's climbing. He sees where he is, but he's climbing it there because it's to set up the next spot. And then he turns and sees that he can't reach the belt. And Sky is down at his feet at the bottom of the ladder, so he does the finger twirl like I'm crazy. And he turns his back and then just leaps and does a turning, flipping cannonball off the top of the ladder from 10 feet up and drops right past Scorpio Sky, lands at a heap at his feet, and Scorpio Sky takes a bump anyway. Besides the fact that he nearly killed himself, and it's his fault, so, goddamn, can't grieve forever, Sammy. If you want to break your own neck, I'm not going to cry about it. But at the same time, there was no move that was going to be made. There's no way to catch somebody coming like that. From facing away from Sky, he does a turnaround and a flip and a twist, and he's coming from 10 feet in the air. So what part of that did Scorpio Sky or anybody else want to get under? To have their face bashed in with an elbow or a knee or a foot or whatever. So dipshit lands right next to him, and then Sky's got to just fall over anyway.
The pointing to the head, I'm crazy hand signals become my favorite part of the Sammy Guevara repertoire. Because even this time, he's on top of the ladder and he looks down. And he knows this is stupid.
Yes.
And it wasn't even like an enthusiastic, I'm loco, I'm crazy. We've seen that before. This was kind of like, I guess I better show them. Yeah, I'm doing this because I'm crazy. And then he did it.
But it wasn't a move.
It was nothing. It was an injury.
Nothing. It was
an injury.
That's an injury that didn't happen, luckily for him, and unfortunately for everybody else.
Apparently he did get hurt. I think that was the move he got hurt on.
Well, good for him. Maybe he won't do it anymore since it didn't accomplish anything and there was nobody there for him to even land on if he had of. So then they go to the break. When they come back, there's two ladders in the ring, a short one and a tall one, or shorter one and a tall one. And Sammy, while Sky is climbing, Sammy jumps off the top rope to the top of the short ladder and off of that toward Scorpio Sky, who catches him with a cutter. And down they go. But Scorpio Sky landing that fairly perfectly. Now Sammy's out. So Scorpio doesn't just climb the ladder and get the belt and win the match. He gets out of the ring while Sammy's laying there selling and pulls out from underneath the ring a ladder wrapped in barbed wire and slides it into the ring.
Where do you buy that?
Apparently in Philadelphia at the Home Depot. They have the extra special barbed wire ladders. What is that? Again, just because they're in Philadelphia, they want to get the people to chant ECW, so they want to get the people to chant the name of another wrestling promotion. And they want this 90s stupid shit that was way past played out 15 years ago to still continue. All these fucking gum-bumping street urchins out there think I'm behind the times, when the shit that I advocate for is timeless. Everybody that thinks they're with the times is still hooting and hollering over this played out, boring, blasé 90s ECW grunge barbed wire bullshit that was over for about fucking 2 weeks to me and about 2 years to everybody else, and then it became stupid and repetitious. So here comes the barbed wire ladder. And here is the babyface that I'm supposed to cheer for against Sammy, the delinquent. He had a chance to win the match, climb the ladder, and get the belt, but he didn't do that so he could get out and pull out a barbed wire ladder and put it in the ring, and the first thing that happens is Sammy bumps him into it. So talk about making your nominal babyface as big of an idiot as possible. There you go. But then Ty Conti gets in the ring and kicks Dan Lambert in the balls, and the place blew up. Just exploded. They like a good ball kick. Then here comes Paige Van Zandt, and she jumps in the ring, and she has a hockey fight with Ty Conti.
We haven't seen her in weeks, have we?
Well, no, but there she was. She just trying to find a place to park the past few weeks. And then Sammy has a hockey fight with Scorpio Sky after they've taken all these bumps. Suddenly they're up fresh and there's 2 sets of hockey fights. And then both sets of baby faces, Paige Van Zandt and Scorpio Sky, and I use the term baby faces very liberally because they're heels too, they turn around and celebrate kicking the shit out of the other heels. And both Sammy and Ty Conti just jump up and super kick each one of them once, and they sell forever. And now Sammy and Ty go out and get the wire ladder that after they bumped on it before, somebody pulled it out of the ring onto the floor. They get it and put it back in. There is nobody trying to win this match. It is completely fallen apart. There is no drama. There's no logic. Now the amateurs have taken over with Lambert and the girls, and it's just a mess. And JR at that point says, wow, what a compelling ladder match. And Tony's response is, watch the girl on the left. So this whole thing is degenerated into complete shit, just raw sewage. Make your eyes water. Now each guy gets on one side of the big tall ladder and starts climbing each side of the ladder with the other guy's girl on his back. And they get to the top and realize the girls are punching each other, and then the girls drop off. And they just roll out of the ring. And Sammy gives Scorpio Sky the finger, and Sky starts biting it. and he knocks Scorpio Sky down to the mat, but Sky tips Sammy, ladder and all, off onto the barbed wire, and he lands back first. Now we determine that it's not even real barbed wire. Because if Sammy Guevara landed bare back first from off the top of a ladder onto that barbed wire and he wasn't ripped from asshole to appetite, it's phony barbed wire. But then taking the bump into the barbed wire, Sammy jumps back up on the ladder and Sky knocks him off again. And then he just gets the belt and wins the thing back. So now they've changed it again. And Scorpio Sky is the TV champion. And Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon's reputations are safe. As a ladder match, this was certainly not one. What'd you think?
You know, I'm over ladder matches. I mean, this is the second Sammy ladder match this year. The TNT title means less than it ever has before, and I said that a few weeks ago, and it means less now. Sammy's an idiot. Being able to do those things and applying them to wrestling is one thing. Being able to do those things and just doing them whether they make sense or not, under the guise of, I'm crazy, I don't know about that. To me, I like the early portion of the show with the wrestling heavy stuff. The stuff that feels like classic wrestling, Punk, the FTR match. I even like the Blackpool Combat Club this week. I still want to call them the Fight Club. But this is AEW. You're going to get this kind of train wreck to end the show.
I still want to know from somebody on the inside. We need to plumb our moles and our sources. Did they intend to switch Sammy Guevara heel, or did he just start, unbeknownst to what he was doing, him and his little girl, did they just start acting so insufferable and the people start booing them that Tony decided to go with it? I want to know which came first.
I think it's that.
The idiot or the egg?
I think it was the egg. Well, is that the egg?
I think that's the idiot.
Oh, so it was the idiot, I think.
Well, see, now you know which came first, the idiot or the egg. At least we know Sammy's getting laid.
At least we know that.
At least we know that. All right.
You know what? If he is hurt and out for any period of time, I feel bad, although he did that to himself. It's like not even like, oh, it was a bump that went wrong. I don't know what he was thinking or what he was doing. But beyond that, him and Ty Conti as heels, as young heels, who are always like on spring break or whatever their gimmick is.
Yeah.
There's something good there. Get them away from the Lambert thing because it's confusing to people. And quite frankly, I still don't think people care about Scorpio Sky or Lambert. Ethan Page has potential, but they haven't shown that they're going to do anything with that. But do something different with Sammy and Ty. Get them booked with someone different. Do something new.
And give them the chance to give them a couple of underneath baby faces so that they can not only do all their shit and get the heat that they're getting because they're obnoxious asshole spring breakers, but let him beat some people convincingly while they do it, and some people that are baby faces that the fans are supposed to like, instead of, oh, good, Sammy's bitch girlfriend kicked that no good piece of shit Dan Lambert in the balls. There's no hero here.
And then Paige Van Zandt, who we were last cheering when Jericho was calling her a slut. We were booing her.
Yeah.
Now she's out there. Is she the babyface? Apparently.
Anyway, are we done here? I think we're done. They were done. I was done at that point.
I think we are done. I'm debating whether or not I can name the show The Idiot or The Egg, or if it's too late in the show to use that as the name of the show.
Well, they'll just have to sit around and wait to see where it comes up.
Which came first, the idiot or the egg? And halfway through this show, they're going to say, am I the idiot? I've been sitting here waiting for the answer.
Exactly.
Egg.